Good to go.
Okay, we're gonna try this, but honestly, neither Dorinda nor I are feeling very good, so we'll see how well this goes. Let's see. I believe you guys are just waking up. Is that right?
I have just waken everybody up. I was finishing my shift. No, they just investigated something. A whole bunch of investigations. We haven't went to sleep yet.
Yeah, none of the investigations amounted to anything.
I think we had woken up. Um,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think.
we did our sleep because Drenda and Eagle, or Elro and Drenda did one watch. Eagle and Verheist did another watch, and then we woke up. I think we were about to start heading out, because Eagle did the perception and stealth, and then we were trying to maybe look for the tracks
Yes, we were
and
looking for the tracks, but I couldn't
group
find where I marked it.
doing a group investigation, which obviously did not go very well.
How was that the other game? Never mind. Yeah, we were looking for tracks to see if anything was close, and we didn't find anything.
Yeah, you guys found nothing. Um, so what are you guys gonna do?
I think we should keep heading northwest.
Eagle lead the way.
Okay. Um, how my gear packed, and I'm moving northwest.
Elro will follow in the rear.
And I'm using all my skills, okay, to make sure that there's nothing in front of us, no traps or.
And hopefully we aren't being followed by large cats.
And Elro is being very, very quiet.
Verheist is hoping there's cats behind us so he can kill one.
You trying to preemptively dodge out of the way of something there, Verheist?
No, that was just me testing to make sure everything's working correctly.
Is there something wrong with your mic, Verice? You were nice and strong when we started this, and now it's just faded away to where I can hardly hear you.
Testing, testing.
Maybe you got to get closer to the mic.
Testing, testing.
That's a little better.
That sounds better.
So I'm moving northwest, using all my skills and keeping an eye out big cats. Damn it.
What?
You okay there?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys continue to make your way through the jungle or the forest. As you're traveling, there don't seem to be any obvious indication of large creatures of any kind, let alone large cats. Um, you're somewhere after traveling for about 4 hours or so. Um, you come across this clearing. It's a relatively small clearing, maybe 20 feet across or so. And you guys come to like the tree line right on the edge, and this clearing, it's for the most part a field of flowers. There's two good sized boulders in the middle of it. Sun is shining bright, nothing too unusual. But as you get to the edge of the clearing, Eagle, you notice that it's very, very quiet. Too quiet.
I'm going to hold the group up, let them know there's something doesn't feel right.
I'll try to step in the shadow.
Ask the group what they want to do. Do you want to go across the clearing or go around the clearing?
Let's check out the clearing.
That's an option too. So what's the
Elro
group?
shrugged.
Yeah, Elro. All right, so we got one vote for check the clearing out. One boat says he don't care what we do.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with carefully trying to cross the clearing, but we need to be very careful to look all around. There's probably something waiting. That's why it's so quiet. I just don't think going around the clearing is going to help us any. Because I think you're still going to have that presence.
Okay.
Be harder to see if we're back in the trees.
I'm going to move forward stealthily. Perception and move across the clearing. And again, using all my skills to make sure there's no traps or anything out there that can harm us.
Give me a moment here. Sky, what is your 2 hit on an attack?
My what?
Your chance to hit. The 2 hit modifier. It's,
It goes from +8 to +10. Is that what you're talking about? Like versatile or the dual wielder thing?
no, just what is the just roll an attack for me real quick. Thank you. It's +10. Sorry, I'm looking for something specific and I'm not having any luck finding it. Okay. Eagle, what did you say you did?
Well, I move forward stealthily, using perception and using all my skills, looking for traps, anything that could harm us.
Okay. You slowly move forward into um the clearing. Um, kind of stealthily making your way towards one of the boulders, trying to use it as a way to hide from at least some directions in this forest or in this clearing. Um, you get there and it's still very quiet. And you keep looking around. For life, you cannot figure out why it's so quiet. You gently place your hand on the boulder and kind of peer around it. And that's when you realize the boulder, it's very soft. And it seems to be breathing very steadily.
I'm going to tell everybody to freeze. And let them know.
How do you do that?
How do I do it?
Yeah.
I just tell them to freeze.
So you're saying something out loud?
Yes. But not like screaming it, okay? It's just... And I'm going to back up a little bit.
Yeah, can you read if somebody types in the chat room?
I can read what comes across underneath.
Okay. The reason why is because where our roles are, I'm writing something as me, the player, not me, Verheis.
Yeah, I read it. It's not a boulder.
I don't know what's coming next.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't forget them. You guys just don't know them.
So you're gonna pull back a bit?
A little bit, yes.
Okay, what are you doing? What are you guys doing at this point? At the moment, as far as Eagle can tell, these things seem to be asleep in the bright sun.
Verheis wants to attack.
Of course he does.
Ah, I see the little lovely creature. Oh, he's pretty. Yeah, isn't he cute?
Hey, he is.
I
He's a
think we
nice
ought to go.
guy.
We could pet him.
I hope he doesn't try to swallow you whole.
Yeah.
Hey, Grace, want to give him a hug?
Saber-toothed panther.
I want to give him a big giant sleeping pill. Okay, Elro, do your thing. He's
Yeah.
a willing
Elro will.
creature.
Okay, keep in mind at this point these are asleep. Are you trying to wake them? Waking them?
Eagle said to go ahead, and Elro wants to talk to the kitty.
Okay.
Verheis wants to kill the kitty, so hey.
What is Elro saying to the kitties?
That's a good question. Um, excuse. Oh no, that's too big. Sorry, wake you, kitty. Want see okay? And of course, I'll do this in my speech of beast and leaf, which will kind of translate into strangely whatever.
As you speak up, or as you start to speak, Elro, the one here on the left, its head just kind of shoots up and looks at you, and you can see its big eyes taking a moment to focus on you, and its ears are kind of flat, and first it regards you as a potential threat, and then as you continue speaking, it relaxes a little. The other one just kind of very lazily looks up and stands and stretches and does that yawn thing that animals so often do that sounds like they're growling, but they're just yawning.
And showing all those little teeth.
Yes, although they're so little teeth that, about the size of your arm.
Can I tell anything about it in particular, other than it's tired?
Give me an insight check. I'll go ahead and give you advantage on this due to your beast and leaf thing. What do you want to know about them specifically? I mean, is there
Just part of that primeval awareness, just kind of like, are they extremely hungry? Are they looking at attacking us? And obviously Elder woke them, but are they annoyed? Are they like, just basic functioning stuff? Obviously we can assume that these were the creatures that made the paw prints that Eagle could sit in, but
yes? You can make that assumption. Okay, this one seems to be very almost like it's ignoring you. I mean, it's recognized that you're there. It's acknowledged you, but it's just going about doing what it wants to do. typical cat. You're just an annoyance that it's ignoring.
Sounds about right.
This one on the left, though, it is sizing you up and sniffing you. It's even kind of touching you with its paw, kind of testing you. See how far you'll let it go before pushing back. And it's not exactly hostile, but it's not exactly being friendly.
Elro will give it a toothy grin and kind of just reach out and pet the paw. And try and say something along the lines of, "Are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you need anything?"
Okay, it kind of gives you that panther yowl that they do. You know, that big cats do. And unfortunately, you can't really understand them because your ability lets them understand you not understand them, unfortunately. But as far as you can tell, they don't seem hurt. Tired. Probably hungry, as something this size is usually hungry. But on that, I'm not really sure what else you are wanting to find out here.
No, that sounds great. I'll try and let it know that we were passing by and we don't mean any harm, and that we are just passing through, and yeah, that already, but yeah. Wanted to pay our respects as we pass through, and let them know that we don't mean them any harm.
Okay. Give me a strength saving throw. Okay. When you tell it that you don't mean it any harm, it kind of reaches out and bats at you. Not necessarily, more like it's trying to play than attack. And its paw literally rings off your armor. And you manage to stand your ground. And the large cat just kind of looks at you and looks at its paw, and looks back at you.
Toothy grin. Elro will probably cock his head over to the side a little bit as he gives the toothy grin.
And it kind of settles into just a sitting position, kind of alert but not hostile.
Laura will look back at everybody else and yep, okay. We go?
Elro says it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and start moving northwest.
Grumbles but follows.
As I pass, I'll nod respectfully.
Verheis, if you do something, you're going to get us all killed.
We can take him. Come on, we can take him.
We can go ahead and move by them very quietly and give them respect. Behave yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, behave yourself. Because if you don't, my
Fireball will end up in your mouth.
Yes, that was exactly my point.
I might shoot him with my bow.
Talking to Kenny earlier this week, I realized Elro hates fire, and now that Agrius is gone, Eagle has a fire crossbow, Dorinda has fire spells, and Verheis has a mace that turns into fire. This is horrible.
Why the hell is Elro with this party again?
Right? And mind you, Elro's favorite, because of the dragon, is the exact opposite. Ice.
Yeah.
But it's also Elro that said, "Burn those things, would you?"
Well, that was
Oh, those
because
undead? That was me talking, not Elro talking.
he was. I think Verheis was referring to the Ankegs.
Oh, gotcha.
That was how he knew to get rid of them. That's all. It wasn't because he was eager to burn them.
Sure, because I just remember how they came across. It was the funniest thing ever.
Elro will wait till everybody passes him, and then Elro will back up slowly and kind of bow at the one cat, and then look over to the other cat and bow to it.
Yeah, the other one's still ignoring you.
Yeah.
Okay, can I tell if one's a baby and one's a mappa? Or a mama?
They both appear to be approximately the same size.
Okay. Because it looked like the way you described the paws earlier sounded like one was smaller.
That's feasible. But these two look to be roughly the same size.
Okay.
So there may be others.
I'm waiting for Verheis to do something stupid, guys.
I could do something stupid, not this time. Let's do it, though. Along with his mace, he is close to it. But he's already been threatened by two of his party members, so he's not going to do something stupid. So we're good. We bypassed it. I wanted to kill him. I needed a coat.
Get one in the next village. Leave the kitties alone.
There's only 2 tigers. 2 cats. We could have taken care of them. Nature lovers.
Yeah, well, when you come here, right, I'm gonna let Fluffers and Patches and Felix and Pumpkin know how you feel about cats.
What's the difference between me and my character? Come on now. My character just wants to kill something.
Next time we stop for the night, you can go out and kill something for dinner.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I get a hold of something, it's not going to be edible afterwards.
Elro pushes Rip It further down in his vest.
Rabbit. It tells Eagle to lead the way again.
Do I need to do another perception check?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm off my own world. I'm listening to you guys talk and thinking about other things.
I'm continuing headed northwest. Using my skills, look for traps, anything that may harm us, and anything that's out there that's moving around.
Okay, you travel another 2 hours until lunch. Are you guys stopping for lunch?
He's got his ration, so he's good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to stop.
Elro's grabbing leaves and berries as he goes.
Okay. You guys continue walking on through lunch. And on through for probably another 3 hours after that. So it's at this point it's approximately 3 hours till you guys would stop for the night, or 3 hours till sunset, basically. When Eagle, you hear just barely on the wind, carried on the wind, you can hear male voices. Well, I guess you can't really say male voices. You hear voices.
Which direction?
Almost directly south of where you guys are currently.
Are we stopped now? Is that
No, you are still traveling. You still have about 3 hours until sundown.
okay?
So you have about 3 hours of travel time left. But you can just barely hear voices on the wind. And you guesstimate that the direction's pretty much straight south of your location.
I'll stop, wait for everybody to come around me, and let them know that I hear these voices.
Yes, we check out. He's gripping his mace.
And tell them what direction I think the voices are coming from. And ask them what they want to do.
I suggest we keep going. Since we're heading away from them, we shouldn't hear their voices become more clear. Unless they have spotted us.
Or will say, can understand our gnome halfling.
Eagle, you can't understand what's being said.
Oh, that's what I thought. I'll tell Elro that I can just hear the sound of somebody speaking. Can't understand it. And I can tell generally it's coming from the south.
Can we do a perception check to see if there's a chance that we can identify what type of language that's being spoken?
I think he's saying that we would have to get closer to do that.
Verhey says, let's get a little closer just to determine if that could be the party that we're looking for. We know that they were over there when we started, but we don't know where they went.
Oro shrugs.
I'm not in favor of delaying while we let them get closer. We've already delayed this too long. I think we need to keep moving.
But what happens if that's the group we're looking for? That's what I'm saying. If that's the group we're looking for, then we're going to keep on walking. We'll never meet them, since we have no way of determining where we're actually going now, since the box no longer works.
I'm not sure I agree with you because that box was an afterthought. I think we were supposed to go to this mine. I think we should go there with all haste.
I'm for continuing on. I mean, backtracking is not beneficial, and it doesn't sound like they're coming toward us. So, I think we ought to just keep moving toward our objective.
Okay. Verheye's thinking, I can be there and back in a few moments. Y'all are slow.
All right, so it sounds like we're going to continue moving forward, and that's what I'll do. Heading northwest. Again, making sure that there's no traps, and being very observant about what's around in front of us.
Verhees will keep his attention to the south. He'll keep his attention to the south.
Okay. You continue on until sunset. It only takes a few moments for a few minutes for the sound of the voices to disappear. As it sunsets, you guys start to look for a place to make camp. Someone give me a quick survival check to look for a decent camp.
How'd I do?
I don't bother because mine survival's a -1. So I think you did great.
Your campsite is terribly uncomfortable, totally exposed to the elements, and not very defensible. No, I'm joking. You find a pretty comfortable campsite. Nice layers of peat moss that cushion the ground, and natural windbreaks on three sides, and nice and warm. Yeah, it's a pretty comfortable spot for a camp.
Yeah. I'm going to lay out my gear and move around and gather some wood and start a fire.
Verhees is going to go hunting.
I think I'll go with you. That way, we'll be able to bring something back. Where we need to roll.
Give me a survival.
Another one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Verheis ain't fine enough.
You ain't finding nothing.
Look, footprint. Mine.
I can imagine Verheis chasing himself around like a dog chasing his tail.
Verheis starts trying to follow a trail, and it's not long before Eagle realizes that's not game. It's something else entirely. You don't want to go that way.
I'll tell Ver he needs to stop following that trail. We need to look for something else.
But not my fault I was heading south. Come on now. Turns around and follows Eagle.
Yeah, we're looking for food.
Cannibalism is okay.
Okay, Eagle.
Wow.
Yeah, what do I find?
It doesn't take you long to find some deer tracks. You're able to track it for about 15, 20 minutes through the woods. And when you finally catch up to it, it's a nice big buck. It's just standing there in the middle of the woods, just looking around.
Is it close enough that I can run to it?
I'll take my bow out and
You can certainly try. Verheis.
Verheis, stay where you're at and let me shoot this thing so we have food. Okay, which one of us killed this thing?
Well, both of you give me dexterity checks. To see who goes first. Okay, Eagle, as you are trying to tell Verheis to stay put and so you can shoot this thing, and you're looking down to pull your bow out, he takes off like a bolt. And charges this thing. Let's see. Yeah, this thing's just staring at Verheis like a deer in the headlights. Convenient analogy. And Verheis pummels it into submission. Takes it down. How do you want to kill this thing, Verheis? You're the one doing this.
Verheis needs to kill something. He's just that. He's tired of the feeling of his mace. He bolt. He just runs at it. First hit straight for the neck, breaking the neck. Second hit front chest, and the third breaks the rib on the side.
Yeah, Eagle, before you even look up, you can hear the bones snapping. And as you look up, you watch as this beautiful buck just falls from Verheis's hands. And it is very obviously dead.
I'll go over and link where Verheis and the deer are. Prep it to get the meat that's not destroyed by the beating.
Okay. I'm assuming your character knows how to do that, so I won't make you roll.
Okay.
Verheis, as you do this, and Eagle comes up to you, giving you kind of the disapproving look. You hear a voice in your mind, and it says, it kind of giggles at you for a moment, and then it says, "A for effort. Unfortunately, it's not quite that easy."
Damn it! I blame Elrond.
Elro's not even there.
He's blaming Elro because Elro wouldn't allow him to attack the cats.
Anyway, I'm gonna put 2 hindquarters and haul them back to camp. Then when I get back, I'll let everybody know how Verheis has exquisitely, destroyed half the meat of a deer with 3 mighty blows.
Elro will growl menacingly at Verheis.
Verheis will say, "You didn't let me attack the cats."
Cat not do harm. No need harm cat.
Cat's big enough to defend itself. I could have gotten my kill in.
Look like you kill. Look like you. Sound like you make mess. Poor animal.
Very poor animal, because it didn't help me any.
Animal not here. Help you. Animal here live.
I'm here to feed.
Animal being animal feeding.
I'm still going to eat it, but now we left some for the cats too.
Cat long time. Maybe cat come. Not likely.
Verheis goes back and strings up the meat. And uses vines and stuff like that.
I'll take one of the hindquarters and cut it up so we can have some meat for a meal tonight. And I'm going to take the other one and prep it for jerk meat so that we have something while we're on the trail.
Okay. Sounds good to me. Actually, sounds awesome. I would love some beef jerky right now.
Yeah. Well, venison jerky is probably not quite the same, but it's close.
I would still love some venison jerky. Shoot. I just can't afford it.
Okay, well, I'll offer to help Eagle and remind him that he was teaching me survival skills to see if this would be a good time to continue.
I can do that.
Verheis will take the time to make a potion and try for the biggest potion he can make.
So it's a intelligence and wisdom check when we start this.
Yeah, I'm just showing off the token I made for Verheis's other character.
Oh, isn't he cute?
No, that's the other one that's cute. This guy is decent.
Does he have a forked tongue?
Looks like you need a hug.
And that's one of the items he's carrying. It's called the Flame Sledge. Flame Sledge. Sorry.
Yeah, that looks pretty deadly.
Yeah, a intelligence check from Dorinda, wisdom check from Eagle. And Verheis, you're not looking for items, you're just trying to make potions?
Yes. Still have 6 current herbalism supplies.
I think we're pretty well on the same page here.
It looks that way.
Okay, what were you trying to make exactly, Verheis?
Best thing they can make.
Okay, how long are you doing this? How many supplies are you trying to use up?
For the full 4 hours, just to try getting my mind on something else.
You don't have 4 hours, you went hunting.
Okay, 2 hours. And then, 2 hours, I think I can use 2 potions or 2 supplies.
Okay, yeah, you managed to make a greater healing potion over that 2 hours, fine. It takes you 2 supplies to do it.
look around. I think everybody's set on potions. At least has at least 2 greater healing potions per person. So, and if that's correct, I put it into my stock so that I can get mine back up.
Okay. Dorinda and Eagle, you spend the rest of the 2 hours, or the rest of the time, working on survival, and Dorinda is helping you carve into that deer that you found, and is helping you, get it, ready for smoking and all that fun stuff. Yeah, you've definitely learned some stuff, Dorinda. It wasn't terribly productive, but you definitely did learn some stuff. Yeah, that counts as a pass for this session, this evening, I guess.
I'm going to finish laying out the meat for jerky and get my bedroll laid out.
Go, Elro, go! Woot, woot! I look at Elro. Do you want to take first watch with me, or do you want to do it with Dorinda?
With you. Easier to stay awake.
And I'll tell Vert they're taking first watch. He needs to watch the meat by the fire that's being smoked. And I'm going to go to bed.
Crumbles and nuts. Got a little blood here to make it in a blood red map.
Be careful with that Verheis. He's twice your size.
Yeah, but he won't let me kill nothing. He wouldn't even check to see how close the creatures were to see if I could kill them.
Yeah, but
People.
just remember, if you anger Elro, he won't kill you, but you may wish he had.
He won't kill you, but he might not heal you either.
Sorry, guys. AFK.
Let's go ahead and take a break for the moment.
Okay.
We're on break, Dad.
I am back. So everybody knows.
I'm back too.
Not letting me kill anything, Dad.
Wait a minute, we let you kill the deer.
Yeah, but it didn't work.
Oh,
Oh,
poor
hey.
thing.
That's life. Sometimes you get what you want, and sometimes you don't.
All I can think of when you just said that was Almond Joyce had nuts. Now I'm stoned.
And I did the same thing. Either one of them works for Verhees.
Hey,
What?
I'm back.
Yeah.
forward.
It's been a little while since you guys gained a level, right?
I
It
believe so.
was
Yeah, I believe so.
sometime on the way down towards that undead area.
Towards the undead?
Yeah, because
As
I
in
just
before the undead?
isn't before the undead
Be
because
way before the.
that's when I got my cleric level 5 so that I could start uh, healing with mass. Or maybe it was after, but I think it was before. Maybe it was during. I really can't remember anymore.
I think it was before Agris left us.
Did Wix and Dagon have to level up at any point? Do you remember?
Yes.
Okay, so it was after Agrius left. Eagle, Dorinda, you guys want to chime in here?
What do you need?
Trying to figure out if we can remember when the last time you guys gained a level was.
Well, asking me something that happened way back, probably not good. I'm lucky I can remember what I did this afternoon.
Yeah, my uh, character sheet for Dagon calls him War Domain Cleric 13. And I don't believe he leveled. But he might have.
Maybe I'm wrong. I have no idea.
I could have swore it was right before um, Agris left us that we leveled up the last time. Like either the day before uh, his broom broke, and or right after we did what we did, and right before he just disappeared from our group, and we got back from the farm.
What's going on? Who's out there?
Hey, Mom.
I hope he doesn't talk to your mom like that.
He's talking to the cat. He opened the door, so I assumed my mom had walked in.
No, there was somebody walking in the street. My watch cats alerted.
My dad's the cat man.
Everyone needs a hobby.
It's definitely his.
Don't knock it, man.
Right.
Hey, they make my dad happy. I ain't knocking nothing.
They keep me grounded.
Until they come and attack you at night, which is hilarious.
Oh, they don't. They just alerted. Somebody's out on the street. They started growling. I believe their senses.
Yeah.
They haven't been wrong as of yet.
White, January 7th.
Seriously.
Yep. I just looked it up in Discord. Hey, all, don't forget, we have a game tonight at 7 p.m. It's a bit over 2.5 hours from now, and don't forget, you guys leveled and should be level 13.
Wow.
That.
It's been a while since I felt like I've had to remind you guys about a game. Usually it's the other way around. At least recently.
So since it's been too long, do we get 2 levels?
No.
Just trying to help keep things on track.
You guys want to go through and do levels right now, or you want to do them later? After the game?
After the game, only because I know mine's going to be, oh crap, how do I do this?
Yeah, mine's gonna probably take a bit, so.
Yeah. I agree. Wait till the game's over today. For what it's worth, I'm fading fast.
Okay, let's go ahead and... I guess you guys have already set up camp. You guys have already done your professions for the day.
First watch was about to start.
Sounds about right. Who's taking first watch?
Elro and Burhus.
Is there anything you guys want to discuss during your watch, or are you staying clear of each other?
I was not staying clear of him, but not necessarily in a discussing. Not really mood. Mood doesn't really work. Not really in a discussing. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
Or just really discuss.
Elro, give me a perception check.
Alright, we'll keep an eye on the fire and the jerky.
That's good, because I have a feeling Elro's far away from it and not going anywhere near it. Not that I will speak for Elro, but that's just the impression I have.
You surmise correctly.
And it's probably staying upwind of it, too, for that fact. Anyway, first half of first watch goes pretty well. Not really a whole lot going on. Elro, at one point you think you hear something off in the woods, but when you're paying close attention, nothing comes of it. So there's not really anything going on. You can choose to remember or ignore that at your discretion.
That was which direction? North?
Let's say east.
Okay.
Yeah, by the end of your 2 hours, it's been pretty quiet. Not really much to report. You make your way to bed. Verheis, you continue your watch. Continue second half of first watch. Again, it's pretty quiet night. Nothing terribly interesting going on.
We keep moving around a little bit. Just flipping the jerky when it needs to be stacking a new piece of wood on the fire when it needs it. Moving the jerky enough that so it doesn't burn but gets nice and crispy. And paying attention to keeping the fire behind me when I'm looking out just to see if there's anything coming. Quiet night then. And come near the end of my shift, I'll walk over and tap Eagle and Dorinda awake and let them know it's been, to my knowledge, Elro didn't tell me if he saw anything, so it was nice, quiet shot. I'm going to bed. And he walks over and leans against the Yeah.
At some point, it's going to start becoming a classic Dorinda.
It's gonna be as bad as hey Eagle. Sorry. Hey Verheich, are you stealing this stuff yet or not? Dorinda, you still awake?
Yes, I'm still awake. I get up and, stretch and step over to the fire and stir it a little bit and check out the meat that's drying there. And,
I get up and I'll do a slow walk around the perimeter.
Okay. Dorinda, you get up and you check the fire and the smoke pit house, whatever you want to call, whatever Eagle made.
A smoking rack.
Rack. Thank you. And then you kind of settle down against a rock, a little outside of range of the fire, so it's not blinding you. And before long, you're snoring. And Eagle, you look around. You kind of take a slow walk around the perimeter. You come back. You double check the smoke rack, and you look. You hear this faint snoring sound. You look up, and Dorinda is nodded off against a boulder about 30 feet away.
I kind of think about waking her up, but I figure if I pull my 2 hours, let her sleep, and wake her up for the last 2 hours, she might make it through those 2 hours. So I'll continue to walk around the perimeter every now and then, check on Dorinda and check on the meat until my 2 hours is up, and then I'll wake Dorinda up.
Oh, you got to tell us how you wake her up. Come on.
I will kick her foot vigorously.
Okay, Dorinda, you're sound asleep, and all of a sudden it feels like a jackrabbit is thundering the bottom of your foot.
I wake up and say, "Oh, I guess I nodded off."
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, you got 2 hours left of your shift. I pulled the rack away from the fire because the meat's done. I've done a perimeter check a few times. Everything's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I figure you had an extra 2 hours sleep. You should be able to make it through the rest of your watch. I'm going to bed.
Well, thank you. I hope you're right. I'll try to stay up and walking rather than sitting.
Okay.
Sleep well.
Remember, if you start to feel like you got to nod off, you need to wake one of us up.
Okay.
We won't mind getting up if you're going to fall asleep. Okay. See you in the morning. And I'll go over and crawl in my sleeping gear. Go to sleep.
Dorinda, give me another perception check. Almost afraid to ask.
Woohoo!
Wow! All right.
Hey, Dad, it paid off.
Maybe that's the trick.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
okay, you spend the rest of the evening, morning, whatever you want to call it, rest of the watch, moving around. You feel well rested. It's
Yes, I do.
yeah, the rest of your night is pretty quiet. The rest of your watch is pretty quiet. It's not really a whole lot going on out there as far as you can tell.
And as we get to the end of the watch, I take a canvas pack and I start packing the meat into it. It's cool but not cold, and I figure that way we can carry it in the morning, and then by tomorrow night we can take it and portion it into rations. Because we don't want to spend a lot of time doing that during the day. So by the time my 2 hours is up, the meat is all packed, and the smoking rack is scrubbed. I don't know if we're going to take it with us or not, but I scrubbed it down anyway. Gives me something to do.
I imagined it was just a bunch of...
And I've not seen or heard anything that suggests that there's a threat out there. So as we roll along toward the end of the watch, I go around and tap people on the shoulder and wake them up, stir the fire. It's time to get ready to go.
All right, so we'll get this gear together and stand up and get ready to go.
My gear's already packed.
Eagle roll up his sleeping gear, tie it onto his pack, gather the rest of his equipment. Go over where the fire is, see the rack, the meat's been packed away. I'll break down the rack. and I'll put it on my backpack. So the next time that we have something, we have a rack already where we can smoke the meat. And I'm ready to go.
So you probably appreciate that it's been cleaned.
Yep, I do. You did good.
Or we'll get up and gather his stuff and get ready to follow everybody else. Taking an ear to whatever was behind him that he didn't tell anybody about.
Once everybody's up and ready to go, I'll head out northwest. Trying to find a passage through the mountains. You know, using all my skills and looking for traps and obstacles and anything that may attack us.
Verhai says we get close to the mountain, ask if we want to go a little bit more west to see if there's a path behind the mountains. Instead of north.
We can try that. Since we're pretty close to the mountain, we can kind of move in west, see if you find anything, and then head north if we don't. Unless somebody knows exactly where this pass is, which I don't think they do.
I know where a path to the alternate reality is. Or was.
Can't decide if I totally want to tear that apart or not.
Huh? You lost us. You lost me.
What are we tearing apart?
Rice's comment. I'm not sure I have the energy to do it right now.
I know it was this reality, just different plane.
Okay, so are you guys going straight west? Are you guys gonna go northwest still? What's going on?
Well, that's what we were talking about, whether we so close to the mountains, see if we can find a passage. If not, then we can just head out north, follow the mountain until keep doing short stints to the west to see if there's a pass.
So starting out, we're going to go straight west.
I don't know. I'm not a trailblazer, so I'm going to leave it up to Eagle.
Okay, so we'll go west and see if there's a pass.
Go west, young man, go west.
Okay. So you travel for about 2 hours. Hour and a half, maybe. Wait. About 2.5 hours. And you come to essentially the base of the mountains. See, Eagle and Elro give me survival checks.
Woohoo!
Okay, climbing the mountain itself, it's possible, but it's gonna take a lot of work, and it's gonna be pretty treacherous. You guys remember that Dante told you that, the expedition you're looking for went down south around the mountain range and up the western side. Doesn't necessarily mean you guys have to follow the same path, but I guess that's up to you guys.
Verhai says if we see the path below the mountain going a little south and then I say go a little south and then follow the mountain around.
Well, that's not to say that there's a path.
I'm not saying.
I mean,
path.
there's no trail. It's not like a road or anything.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying. Okay, even if there's forest that we want to walk through a little bit south, and then that's what I'm referring to. If it doesn't look like the mountain range is there, it looks like the mountain range ends a little south. Follow it around and then go into the back. That's what I'm saying. It's how that mountain range. We're looking at the mountain range. I'm not looking at the mountain. I wouldn't be able to see all the trees around us. I'd see where the mountain range is and say, okay, I can look a little south and it looks like it flattens out a little bit, or I can look to the north and I can see it rise a whole lot.
Well, you can see the map. You can see what you see on the map. So, you make your decisions with that.
As I said before, I think we should trust Eagle's judgment and go where he leads us.
Well, I don't want to risk going up the mountain because, I mean, it is scalable, but it's not going to be an easy climb. And we're not the luckiest group in the world. So I'm game for either direction. We can head north and try to find a pass, or we can head south and try to go around the mountain.
Elder will say, not issue me. And then look over at Drinda and say, not good climb. Not easy climb. Not recommend. Not suggest.
I don't know. It looks like we're further south on the mountain range than we are toward the north. All right. I say we go south.
Okay, then lead on.
Okay. I'll head south. And as always, using my skill, I'll make sure there's no traps or anything in our path and look for any kind of dangerous element that could harm us.
There's a landslide, everybody dies.
That's one way to end it.
I didn't get my dexterity check.
Okay, everyone roll a dexterity saving throw. DC is 35. You guys are actually rolling. You don't need to do that.
But it's fun.
The only one that could even possibly come close to succeeding on that is Eagle. And no, he's only got a plus 10, so he couldn't succeed either. You'd have to have a plus 15 and a nat 20 to get a 35 dexterity save. Which is why I chose that number, by the way.
I gave it a shot anyway. What the hell?
Anyway,
Makes fun of okay, because you brought our token backwards first. I'm like, makes fun of Eagle. I don't think you know which way you're going now.
no, I was rechecking the distances. Thank you very much.
Like I said, I was harassing Eagle, not you. He was leading us. All of a sudden, we're in the wrong way. It's like, yeah, I'm not sure about this. I know you're wanting to take me south so we can go get those guys that had voices.
Oh, you are way past that.
We'll laugh if those voices were actually the party we were wanting to go to.
You'll never know. Okay, you continue walking south along the mountain ridge. It doesn't take you long before you found a basically found the end of the mountain ridge and have kind of found a way around it. And you continue on till about lunch. You guys stopping for lunch?
That's up to everybody else. I can keep going or not.
Break.
That's fine. We keep going.
And I'll keep moving.
Lead the way.
And I'll continue moving through this passage. Using all my skills. And then I'll keep turning around to make sure everybody else is following and not having any difficulties.
And you walk off the cliff.
Well, I was checking to make sure you weren't trying to kill everything in sight.
Much more likely to happen.
Yes.
I resemble that remark.
That's the point.
Grumble something about, where are these guys we're supposed to kill so much?
I'll slow down a little bit and turn around and ask how everybody's doing.
I'm good.
Throughout through the trees. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just going to say, once I take a pebble out of my shoe, I'll be fine.
Shoes on? You don't need no stinking shoes.
No. Since everybody's doing good, I'll keep moving through the passage.
Okay. Movement through the trees is difficult. They're a little thicker than you're used to, or than you're expecting. This close to the mountains, but it's easier than going over the mountainside. You make your way around the southern end, and you're just seeing the west side of the mountain range as sun is starting to set.
I will look for a place to set up camp. And once I find one, I'll go gather firewood.
I'm going to do 2 hours of looking for supplies and then 2 hours of supplies. Since I can't kill any beast and, get stuff for it.
I sit down by the fire and take the pouch of smoked meat that we have, and I start portioning it out into rations and wrapping them tight and packing them back into the pouch. And I don't know, how many rations do we end up with?
We should have 20 and then plus the 3. Oh, you're talking about that.
Well, I figure it was the hind quarter of a big buck, and half is the other hind quarter because we put the other half inside the meal that we ate. So there's quite a bit there because we cut it up as jerk meat. So now the DM has to tell us how much food we have.
I would say it's enough to feed the whole party for 4 days.
Good to know.
So, 16 rations.
Okay.
All right, thank you. And I'll put that in my pack.
So that means you want me to go out hunting again?
I don't think we need to do it now.
Okay. So you held out some rations for tonight?
Yes.
Okay. It sounded like you packed them all up. That's why.
No.
Okay.
I left enough for us for today.
Okay. Now I'm going to go look and see if we can find any vegetables. Oh, I need to roll.
Survival. Verheis, you're looking for ingredients. How long are you doing that?
I said I did 2 hours of ingredients, 2 hours of herbalism kit. Because generally we have about 4 hours when we go to sit. If not, an hour, depending on what our time frame is. But splitting it 50-50.
Okay, you come up with 4 sets of ingredients for potions. And then you want to make another greater potion?
Yes, sir. And I let everybody know if I make it. Well, once you decide how much, I'm shut up.
That'd be a first.
Burn.
Sorry. You couldn't resist. Okay, looks like you managed to stretch your ingredients further than you anticipated, and you're able to actually make 2 potions.
Woohoo! Then I ask, who needs a greater healing?
I have 3.
Going once.
How many? What's the max we can carry?
Five.
Anything more than 5, and you have a chance of them breaking.
Okay, I'll take one.
Okay, he gives the extra one to Eagle, and he asks, how many do you have now? How many potions?
I'll have 4.
Okay. Because from now on, every greater healing potion I make goes to the group or goes in my my kit. So. Because I'd like that everybody completely stocked with greater healing potions.
Okay. I've been kind of tending our meat to trying to get it warm. The stew, hopefully, we'll have some vegetables put in here shortly. But I've had a hard day, so I'm going to go early and go to bed. maybe things will work out better when it's time for me to get up and do my watch.
Anyway, did I find anything to put in the stew?
Oh yes, you found more than enough wild vegetables and roots and whatever kind of ingredients you wanted to add.
Well,
Um,
I'll
for
put half of them in the stew, and I'm going to give Elro the other half.
okay.
Thank you. Or rather, danku.
You're welcome.
I'm just imagining this little 2.5 foot halfling handing this bundle of vegetables up to this 8 foot fur bulk, and it's just yeah. And for some reason, every time I think of a fur bulk, even Elro, I imagine Mike from Monsters Inc. And that's not really what they're supposed to look like, but that's always the way I imagine a fur bulk. I don't know why. So, yeah. That big, mountain of fur.
I keep thinking of a Wookiee.
Yeah, not too far from that.
So after all the veggies are in the stew, I let everybody know that it's ready and dish it out.
Verheis, as that thought runs through your mind, you hear a voice. It replies, that sounds like a good idea. What are you offering?
That was out of character, right? That's why I put it in the other room.
I can choose what's in and out of character. I'm the DM.
Y'all just get scared or what?
Yes, and yes. Well, hell yes. Because now, of course, in the back of my mind, there's like 4 things that pop into my mind, but it's like, yeah. Never bet with an evil, demented thing. No.
Well, that's just offensive. I'm not demented.
Not much, anyways.
Okay. So Dorinda has gone to bed early. Elro, what are you?
Minus the guidance, of course.
You're making 2 pictures?
Yes. So I already got a picture of 2 dryads near a waterfall in color. I'm copying off that and doing 2 hours on each of the additional pictures.
Okay, it's looking pretty good. me an Arcana check, Arrow. Did you give yourself guidance for this?
I would say 99% of the time I'm going to give myself guidance unless it's, this stuff that's taking 2 hours because that would just screw me up.
Okay.
The short answer, yes.
You've noticed that recently, the ink hasn't been coming out of your magic quill. Telemagic cord, I believe is what I called it.
Yep.
It hasn't been coming out of it quite as smoothly as you're used to. And you've had to go over some of your lines more than once to get them to be as dark or as vivid as you'd like. You begin to wonder if maybe this thing needs to be recharged in some way at some point.
In that thought process, can I try and will a spell slot into it and see if that, I don't know mechanically how that would work, but if I can will like some of my natural magic into it, like trying to figure out what's going on. And I think in his mind, maybe like Verheis broke, mend. Dorinda broke, mend. Right? So maybe I try and do a cure wounds on it. See if it feels better. If the quill feels better. Poor quill.
Go and give me a wisdom check, just straight wisdom. So you're cleric ranger, so yeah, your casting stat would be wisdom. Give me a straight wisdom check. Well, damn. While you're holding this quill and you're kind of cradling it in your hands, and you're just you cast this spell into it, just not so much hoping to fix it, but almost willing it through sheer willpower to start working properly again. And you watch as the magic flows over and surrounds the quill, and it seems to be absorbed into the quill. Unfortunately, you're not really sure if it worked. You could test it.
I will test it on. Um, the black and white illustration of the 12-legged cobalt creature, which is not good, looks more anime, false creature.
Wait, what?
I have one marked in my black and whites that says it's a picture of the beer. Be here.
Be here, okay.
But illustration of 12-legged cobalt creature, and then it says, as far as like I'm putting down perfect or good or whatever, this one was not good, looks more anime, like a false creature. I don't want to ruin my perfect pictures, so I'm gonna try drawing it on one of the not so perfect ones.
Okay, so what are you trying to do to this? You just drawing on it
Yeah,
randomly, or?
I'm gonna like trace the lines and see if I can get them better to form better, and see if the inks flow, or the magic is like flowing out better, more smooth.
Okay, go ahead and give me a cartographer tools check at disadvantage. Since this is the drawing you're trying to fix. Well, damn, dude. Why the hell do I bother telling you guys to roll at all? Shit.
Yep, nice. A double perfect score. Now, granted, you don't get that one, but that's good.
I'm not an artist, guys. You managed to, through shading and, adding a few lines, maybe some, fog, I guess. I don't know. You make this picture look a lot better. It's you're able to see the details on the creature now that you couldn't see before, and it's looking a whole lot more like the original image you had in your mind, and you're much happier with it now. And for now, the quill seems to be working better than it was previously. I've never noticed this drawings list in your character sheet before. Wow, I can't believe you've drawn that many pictures. I don't remember you drawing that much. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow, this is awesome, dude. One day you and I should like get together in Roll20 and actually make these real for you. Turn them all into handouts so you can show to the party or something.
That would be cool.
Okay.
Search online for ones that, okay, you can see this and that. That would be cool.
Actually, you wouldn't have to do any searching online. It's all right here. We just have to... I would just have to do a bunch of cut and pasting. Well, I guess the drawings, we would have to come up with something online. I was thinking more of the maps. But yeah, it would be awesome if we could do the drawings too.
I got a picture. I'll have to find it. I got a picture from Brazil that would probably most likely work perfectly for that waterfall.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna stop ogling your character sheet now. Okay, you guys have made stew with enough extra vegetables for Elro to enjoy. You've done your drawings, your potions. Eagle and Dorinda, are you guys doing anything? Oh, Dorinda went to bed early. So, Eagle, are you doing anything? Oh, I guess you did go looking for vegetables. But you would still have some time to do some stuff. Some other stuff, if you'd like. Unless you went searching for vegetables for 4 hours. Which you can. If you want.
Dad, you there?
He's ignoring me.
Guard cat since a demon. How deep would you say that waterfall is?
I think I described it, 150, I think, is something like that. I said.
Cool.
Hello?
Hi. Are you there?
Yeah?
You fall asleep on us?
I
Did I
guess
bore
I
you?
did.
I'm sorry I bored you.
No. I'm taking some pretty heavy stuff.
Oh, I know that feeling.
What you need me to do?
Was there anything else you wanted to do for your evening? You went and looked for vegetables, which you could have done for 4 hours if you wanted to, but I didn't think you did.
No. I'll come back and like I said, I put them into the stew and waited for it to cook and then handed it out. Then once we're done eating, I'll clean the pot and stuff. Then I'll work on cleaning my gear and equipment, checking it.
Okay. Who's taking first watch?
Verheis will take first watch since uh, Dorinda's already went to bed, and he'll ask who wants to take a watch with him.
Shut up.
No, I don't want to.
Elro will smile.
Okay, so Elro and me, and then we'll wake up Dorinda and Eagle.
Okay, then I'm gonna crawl in bed and go to sleep.
Just in game, though, right? No,
As far as you know.
I can't say anything. I have literally fallen asleep during game 2, so.
Sorry, say nothing.
Okay, go ahead and give me perception checks. I guess for Heist and Elro.
I did really good on my drawings. Took a lot of effort.
Verheis will let him sleep.
Okay, for Heist, you tell Elro that he's, gonna take, that, or you ask Elro to take watch with you, and he agrees, and then he goes about doing his drawings, and next time you look over at him, he is curled up in his bedroll sleeping. Apparently he forgot.
Verheis will walk over to make sure that he put away all his quills and everything, and if not, he'll put it away for him. And then he'll just let him sleep and walk around and check the camp, keep the fire a little so it stays a little warm. Listen to the surrounding area, and just relax.
Okay.
You guys coming in?
Okay, far as you can tell, all his equipment is put away neatly and yeah, nicely, whatever. I like to imagine Elro is kind of like OCD with his equipment.
I do too, but I've also, when even OCD people, you fall asleep, and it depends on how he fell asleep. If he was in the middle of drawing and he just
AFK.
passed out, pretty much. Then if he did, I walked over and put up his stuff so that while he's rolling around, if he rolls around, whatever, he doesn't do any damage to any of the stuff that he's so proud of.
I understand. That's just the way I imagine Elro, just with his equipment and everything. It's just like OCD. Everything has a place, and everything is always tucked away perfectly, and he's never has anything out of place unless it's being used, kind of a thing. I don't know why. That's just the impression I have of Elro. Is that accurate, Sky?
That fits me as a person 100% perfectly.
But does it fit Elro?
I would say so.
Okay, good. Verheis, as the rest of your watch goes, it's pretty quiet. At one point, roughly half hour before the end of your watch, you look, or you're just kind of slowly making your way around the perimeter, and you hear this sound of a twig snap to the south of camp, and suddenly all the wildlife in the area just goes silent.
When I hear that, I attempt to go stealth, and I'll move slowly towards the sound.
Hey, Dad, Verheis heard twig snap about half an hour before the end of his watch, and all the wildlife just went silent. And that's where we currently are.
To see if I can find anything that caused it. Thanks a lot, Elro. I ain't saying nothing.
I'm back.
If I'd have woke you guys up, you would have stopped me.
Okay, so Verheis, you jump into the shadows, kind of hide, and do what now?
Slowly work my way to where the sound came from to see if I can find out what caused the creatures to go silent and the snap of the branch.
Okay. You work your way to the south side of the camp, kind of working your way into the trees and out of the campfire. Give me a I'll let you choose either perception or survival to find the source of this noise. Okay, you walk, you kind of make your way into the trees. At this point, you're about 20 feet outside the range of the fire. And you're kind of struggling to see in the darkness here, but as you look around, you do notice that there is a branch about 3 feet above your head in the tree that you're standing next to that is broken. There are a number of smaller branches on that same branch that are broken as well. But as you look around, you can't tell specifically how these branches were broken.
So 3 feet above my head, it's broken.
Yes, there's a branch about 3 feet above your head that is broken.
Is there any other branches in this area other than on that branch itself?
Give me an investigation check. You don't see any other broken branches or twigs, either in the trees or on the ground.
With that investigation, do I see anything that could have caused, or evidence of what could have caused it? considering investigation is my worst trait, almost. That's a pretty good roll. I swear I don't want to kill anything as my nose grows 4 feet.
Um, as you're looking around trying to figure this out, you find a number of feathers. They're kind of dusky brown feathers. You also find some tufts of reddish fur and several drops of blood.
Okay, I collect all of that except for the blood. But I collect the fur and I collect the feathers, and then I return back to camp, thinking that something was hunting. Not necessarily a giant, but possibly. But since I can't find it and I don't see it, I'm gonna at least let the next shift know about it, and I'll slowly work my way back to camp.
Okay. The rest of your watch is uneventful, as far as you know.
At the end of my watch, I'll wake up Dorinda and um, Eagle, and then I'll also make sure that I show that I've kept the stew warm for Dorinda so that she could have something to eat since she went to bed without eating.
That's thoughtful of you.
I'll wake up.
I'll get up, stretch, and ask for Hughes what happened during the night during his watch. If anything happened.
I stir up the fire a little bit and notice that somebody saved some of the stew for me. And it's already in a plate, so I take it off that hot rock and careful not to burn myself. I chow down.
I also, because my mind went blank when I was stopped, I also tell them about the broken branch and show them the evidence of what was out there, and I let them know, I think it was just something hunting at night, but it was 3 feet off the ground, so it could have been a large creature, or it could have just been a cat or something that was in the tree that jumped and took down a bird.
That should cover me. I'm gonna take a slow walk outside the firelight around the camp, just to make sure there's nothing out there that's gonna do us harm.
That sounds good. And I finish up my stew and clean the plate real quick, and then I I head out away from the fire as well. And I tried to position myself on the other side of the fire, away from where Eagle is going.
Okay.
Then wander around as quietly as I can.
Eagle, the first half of second watch is pretty quiet. Um, um, yeah, there's not really much to say about it. It's just a typical night, unfortunately.
After I finish my walk around the perimeter, I'll come back in and let Dorinda know I didn't find, see, or hear anything. So, and at the end of my 2 hours, before I hit the rack, I'll check with Dorinda to make sure she's okay. And then I'm going to crawl in the rack and go to sleep.
Okie doke.
Well, thanks for checking, but I'm just fine. That little extra sleep must have done a world of good. And with that, I, stir the fire again and go out around the perimeter and keep slowly walking around.
Um, for the most part, the rest of your watch is also uneventful. Shortly before your watch ends, like half hour, 15 minutes before your watch ends, it does, you do start to feel a cold wind blowing through, and it does start to snow. Fairly heavily. It's like, it's coming down, but it's not like blizzard kind of thing. It's just kind of, Colorado snowfall type thing.
Okay.
You just got these $50 size snowflakes just falling pretty much straight down. It's not really, it's just a quiet snowfall.
Certainly, they're not even affected by the wind.
There's not really all that much wind to do. It's just kind of a cool breeze, or a cold breeze going through. Just cold in the air type of thing. It's not really a wind per se.
All right. We'll get on toward the end of my shift, and then I'll go and I'll stir the fire once more, and go around and start waking people. And I'll take. No, I was going to say I'd take rations out, but I shouldn't because we put those rations in the stew last night. So, as people are getting up, I go ahead and pack my gear and be ready for a nice trudge in the snow.
Eagle wakes up, says, "Oh boy, snow." Starts rolling up his gear, packing up his equipment, getting ready to move. Once he's all packed up, he'll go stand by the fire to warm up. Wait for everybody to get ready.
Elro will pack up his gear, look out, see the snow, stay away from the fireplace, and just smile.
Various will wake up, get all his gear together, smile. It's going to be nice and chilly again. He's looking over at Elro and shaking his head and says, "This is because of you."
Cold, good.
And the other question I have, since it is now 7 minutes to 11, do you guys want to call it 7 minutes early and start right here the next week?
Sounds reasonable to me.